Welcome back, second graders. Today we are going to have fun making a hot cocoa selfie. And the reason I love this is it's a selfie without your face. So we're going to start with our hot cocoa cup. Now I want you to think about real quick, if I were to talk about the difference between a two-dimensional shape and a three-dimensional shape. If I were to just draw this, and then I added a handle to it. It kind of looks like a mug, right? But this looks really flat, right? It looks, before I added that, it looked almost like a rectangle. So today we're going to talk about how can we make this mug look 3D, look like it's really being held. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the 3D form called a cylinder, okay? And if I were to see through that, oops, sorry, that would go this way, right? So your 3D forms give it more depth and it helps make it look more realistic. So we're going to aim for that. What we're going to do when we're starting our selfie is, if this were my paper, I want to make this really big because the majority of the picture is going to be your hot cocoa mug. So I'm going to start with a nice flat oval at the top. You want to make sure this is not too much of a circle. If it looks more like a circle, it'll look like you're looking at the top of your mug instead of looking at from the side. So get a nice oval in there. Mine's kind of fat on this side, and that's okay because remember, we're learning how to draw. So if this isn't perfect, it is okay. What I'm going to do after finishing that is I'm going to just bring my handle or my sides of my cup down a little ways, and then I'm going to pause. Because what I'm going to do next is put my hands like they're holding my mug. So we're going to keep it like our hands have mittens on them instead of gloves, mostly because it's easier. So I'm going to make a big C on this side and a big backward C on this side. Okay. Again, that one's a little bit longer than the other, but that's okay. Now, right now, it looks really funny. It does not look like a coffee or hot cocoa mug at all, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and finish my hands on the outside of the cup. And I don't want to go straight down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come and make a nice curve on this side to finish off my hand. So curve this out on both sides like that. Now it looks like my hand is coming in, okay? And then to finish it off, we're gonna put our little thumbs on top. So let me give you a second to finish that step real quick. I'm drawing crooked right now, and you can definitely tell because this side looks way bigger than this side, and that's okay. Everything's leaning one way. I'm gonna put my little thumb on top. So I'm just gonna put a little tiny backward C there. And I'm going to put a C over here, and it looks like your thumb's on top of your mug, okay? All right, now we're going to get the bottom of our hot cocoa mug in. So if I were to pretend draw straight through here, it would give me an idea of where my mug should be coming out at the bottom. I want to do that on both sides. Pretend draw through here and kind of get this line. I'm going to make this a little bit longer so that it's even. And then here is the hardest part. Our tendency is to want to go straight across here because in our mind, this looks flat. But in reality, sorry, when you are drawing a three-dimensional object, so if I have my hot cocoa mug, this is curved up here, this line down here is also going to be curved. Because if I look at the top and bottom, they both have a circle to it. So when I'm looking at it from the side, it should still be curved. So I want to try and mimic the curve that is on the bottom part of my mug. I'm going to mimic that curve on this side, like that. All right, we are getting closer. Now we need to go inside of our mug and make the hot cocoa. So what I'm going to do is come and I'm going to mimic this upper line. So I'm going to copy this upper line in here to make the top of my hot cocoa. Now this is where it gets really fun. If you want to make this into tea instead of hot cocoa, you could draw a tea bag coming out here, like the little paper on the tea bag. Or you could add like a peppermint stick. I'm going to add marshmallows Marshmallows. So you can just add marshmallows. The best way to do this is to do a circle and then pretend part of that is submerged, kind of like an iceberg. So I like marshmallows in my hot cocoa. I'm going to draw a couple of these. There we go. All right, and then we are going to finish this by drawing our arms coming off to either side. I also, since I'm wearing mittens, I'm going to draw so that this looks like it's a coat. So I'm going to come down and add a zipper to the front of my coat right here. All right, I'll go through and add the zipper to the bottom of my picture too. Okay, you guys can have fun adding pattern to your coat and coloring in your hot cocoa, making it look like your coat and your mittens. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Make sure you post a picture of this to Seesaw so I can see your work. All right, bye. I'll see you guys next week.